This is verse 26 of the 17th chapter, Gospel of Matthew. Jesus has been interacting with Peter, who had been asked by representatives of the temple if Jesus paid the temple tax. The temple tax was actually a general purpose tax. It was used for various charitable purposes and so on, but it was understood in its original context, Exodus chapter 30, as a ransom. So people would pay it, in a sense, to ransom themselves with respect to the temple. Of course, there's a whole history of that went back to the Passover and so on, but for this purpose, it was simply had that obligation behind it. And so the question was, would Jesus pay this tax, which amounted to a ransom? And that's the question he puts to Peter. And Peter now gives the response. So we have apontos. This is the aorist participle. It is, of course, referring to Peter, who's giving the answer. So having said, but having said, he responded, in other words, apo, preposition with the genitive tone, allotrion. The word for, usually translated stranger, but it refers to someone who would be not of the royal family, but nevertheless a citizen of the country, in this case Israel, and the law would of course apply to those 20-year-old men and older who would pay this half shekel tax. That was the idea. So that's the response that Peter gives, and then Jesus responds, Ephe, from phemi, I say. It's a little stronger than lego to say, a little bit more of an assertive statement. Ephe, Jesus says, auto, to him, the subject ho Jesus. So Jesus said to him, it's in the imperfect actually, so Jesus is explaining this to him. Ara, consequently, is the idea with the additional particle ga, which gives it a little bit of additional emphasis aside from already what's present there. Eleuthero, this is from eleutheros, which means liberated, free, and it's an adjective, so it's a predicate adjective here. So asen, they are, hoi huioi, the sons therefore are free, predicate nominative, and it's saying that a son who belonged to the royal household would be free. Jesus puts sons here in the plural, but strictly speaking, this is applied to him. He is the son. He has come actually to offer himself as a ransom, to ransom others. This tax that was collected was actually a little shadow of the work that Jesus himself would eventually do. And so obviously it's manifestly not necessary that this one who came as the ransom would pay a ransom. He didn't need to pay a ransom, but nevertheless, Jesus wants to drive that point home and make sure it's understood so that whether Jesus pays it or not, there won't be any confusion about it.